Shalom. First off, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And to all my brothers out here preaching this truth to you, I say Shalom. This is a Montazar from the Chicago camp coming back at you again with a little short lesson entitled Honoring Your Parents. So I ran across an article. The way America treats its elderly is unconscionable. All right. So in the article, of course, they're talking about how children are abandoning their parents all across America. Now, this is not happening in just America. It's actually happening all over the world. All right. Children are literally abandoning their parents all over the world. Now, if you haven't had family in an old folks home, let me tell you, it is not a good experience. All right. All they want to do is siphon off that insurance money. All right. And they give you absolutely the worst care, no matter what the reviews say and no matter what they say. I've seen it from experience. Okay. All right. I've seen where uh, people were locked in a bathroom. People who were immobile were locked in a bathroom while the attendants were watching their favorite television show. Also, I've seen theft. You know, when the children buy cell phones and radios and TVs and things to make um, their elderly, parents comfortable. I've seen staff literally steal and take everything that you brought up there. I'm telling you, it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing. And don't be Jake in these facilities. Jake gets it the worst. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. You get it the worst in these old folks' homes. All right. But the Lord, um, he always had laws, statutes, and commandments and how to deal with these things, just like welfare. All right. When it came to food, we had it in our law that we were not supposed to glean the corners. All right. The corners were supposed to be left for the hungry and the needy. Well, just like here, you're supposed to relieve your parents. Okay. The Bible talks about relieving your parents in the book of Sirach. Now, why does it say relieving? Because when you honor them, it's almost like putting on a burden. And we're about to get into that. So first off, let's go ahead and read Deuteronomy 16, 5 and 16, Salakia. It says, honor thy father and thy mother, as Yahweh thy power has commanded thee, that thy days may be prolonged, and that it may go well with thee in the land which Yahweh thy power giveth thee. Okay, so let's look at honor. So that's H3513 Kabab, Salakia Kabab. To be heavy, be weighty, be grievous, be hard, be rich, be honorable, be glorious, be burdensome. Okay. So everything you see here is talking about a heaviness. Okay. A heaviness. So you're taking on the weight, so to speak. Okay. You're taking on the weight of your of your parents, basically. All right. So let's take a look at the book of Ecclesiasticus, known as Sirach, and we'll start here in the third chapter, first verse. It says, hear me, your father, O children, and do therefore that ye may be safe. It says, for Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, have given the father honor over the children, and have confirmed the authority of the mother over the sons. Whoso honoreth his father maketh an atonement for his sins, and he that honoreth his mother is as one that layeth up treasure. Whoso honoreth his father shall have joy of his own children, and when he maketh his prayer, he shall be heard. He that honoreth his father shall have a long life, and he that is obedient unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai shall be a comfort to his mother. He that feareth Yahweh Bashem Yahushai will honor his father, and will do service unto his parents as to his masters. Honor thy father and mother, both in word and deed, that a blessing may come upon thee from them. For the blessing of the father establisheth the houses of the children, but the curse of the mother rooted out foundations. Okay? Now, we see all through the scriptures that on the deathbed, you have the men of Israel giving instruction and guidance to their sons. Okay? Let me get in my car. Start. I was out here and started to rain. How the hell? All right. Yeah, it started to rain on me. All right. So it says, verse 9, it says, for the blessing of the father establisheth the houses of children. All right. But the curse of the mother rooteth out foundation. So now, all throughout the scriptures, you see the blessings of the father, right? In the book of Genesis, you see, you see Abraham, all right, giving all his substance to Isaac, okay? You have Isaac, all right. He ended up, Jacob ended up getting the blessing up off of Esau, right? But then you had Jacob and his 12 sons, right? They gathered around him and he told them what will befall them in the last days. You had King David. King David gave Solomon, the instruction, all right, about, the word. And also he gave him a hit list, okay. Um, and as it goes, so forth. You have Tobit and Tobias, all right. Um, let, let's go to that real quick. Let's go to Tobit real quick. Just real quick. Okay. So this is Tobit, the fourth chapter. And I'll just read just a little bit. Tobit 4 and 2, and said, and he said with himself, I have wished for death. Wherefore do I not call for my son Tobias, that I might signify to him of the money before I die? And when he had called him, he said, Son, when I am dead, bury me, and despise not thy mother, but honor her all the days of thy life, and do that which shall please her, and grieve her not. Remember, my son, that she saw many dangers for thee when thou was in her womb, and when she is dead, bury her by me in one grave. My son, be mindful of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, our power, all thy days, and let not thy will be set to sin, or to transgress his commandments. See? Do uprightly all thy life long, and follow not the ways of unrighteousness. For if thou deal truly, thou doest thy doings shall prosperously succeed thee, and to all them that live justly. Okay? So he's giving instruction to his son. Give alms of thy substance, right? And when thou givest alms, let not thy eye be envious, neither turn thy face from any poor, and the face of the Most High shall not be turned away from thee. If thou hast abundance, give alms accordingly. If thou hast but a little, be not afraid to give according to that little. For thou layest up a good treasure for thyself against the day of necessity. Because that alms do deliver from death, and suffereth not to come into darkness. For alms is a good gift unto all that give it in the sight of the Most High. Okay, so here you have Tobit, you know, telling his son Tobias, this is how you need to operate. This is how you need to operate in order to be blessed. Okay, so we see that there, and now we're going back to Sirach, the third chapter. All right. I think we were in. We'll go back to 5. Let me see. I'm gonna start at 5. Whoso honoreth his father shall have joy of his own children, and when he maketh his prayer, he shall be heard. He that honoreth his father shall have a long life, and he that is obedient unto Yahweh Shem Shai shall be a comfort to his mother. He that feareth Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai will honor his father and will do service unto his parents as to his masters. All right, now I know where we are. Honor thy father and mother, both in word and deed, that a blessing may come upon thee from them. For the blessing of the father establisheth the houses of the children, but the curse of the mother rooteth out foundations. Okay. All right, so the Bible talks about women in adultery and bringing in an heir of another and things of that nature. So those children, would end up being rooted out. Okay, glory not in the dishonor of thy father, for thy father's dishonor is no glory unto thee. For the glory of a man is from the honor of his father, and the mother in dishonor is a reproach to the children. My son, help thy father in his age, and grieve him not as long as he liveth. And if his understanding fail, have patience with him, and despise him not when thou art in thy full strength. All right, so every man doesn't die with his full mental capacities. All right, in other words, there are dementia. All right, you have dementia, and you have, what's the other word? Senility. Okay. So in some cases, hey, men revert back to a child, all right, and their understanding is not the same. All right. So the Lord has said, hey, you have patience with him. Okay. Um, it says, have patience, and if his understanding fail, have patience with him, and despise him not when thou art in thy full strength. For the relieving of thy father shall not be forgotten, and instead of sins, it shall be added to build thee up. In the day of thine affliction, it shall be remembered. Thy sins also shall melt away as the ice in the fair warm weather. He that forsaketh his father is a blasphemer, and he that angereth his mother is cursed of the Most High. Okay? All right. So I just wanted to touch on um, that aspect. Okay, that aspect. Uh, the Lord, He had, like I said, He had laws, statutes, and commandments, and direction for us when it came to honoring our parents, in their old age. Okay, and not forsaking them, but honoring them and relieving them. So to the best of our abilities, because the Lord said there's a blessing in that. Okay. I pray that this lesson has been edifying. Until the next one, Shalom.